Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the board game Kodama. It's a rather small game in which you'll be creating your own tree. You're going to play 3 rounds. Whoever has the most points wins the game. You get some points instantly and some points at the end of each round. Again, there are 3 rounds and the player with the most points wins the game. Let's look at the board. This is where you keep track of the scores. And this is where you keep track of the rounds. Round 1, round 2, and round 3. As you can see, every round is 4 turns. It's not a very long game. What do you do when it's your turn? That's quite easy. There will be a few cards to choose from in front of you on the table. Pick one and put it somewhere on your own tree. That's all. Choose one of the available cards and place it on your tree. First, how do you place the card? That's also easy. You place it on one of the ends that are sticking out. Like here, or here, or here, and even here, or here. Then, make sure that when you place it, it only touches the card that you're placing it on top of. I can do this, but I can't do this. So again, when it's your turn, pick a card and place it on one of the ends of your tree and make sure it doesn't touch more than just one card. I'll slip a little bit of extra information in here. This is what the game calls your trunk card. These are what the game calls branch cards, and the ones on the end are called end cards. Trunk card, branch cards, end cards. Now, on to the last part of your turn, scoring instant points. This might sound more complicated than it really is. Look at the card that you've just placed. There's other things on here besides just the branch. I see a firefly, some flowers, and a star. They're not just there to make it look pretty, they give you points. You get points only if the card that you just placed has at least one icon on it that's also on the card that you just connected it with. If there's nothing on the new card that matches the one that you just placed it on, you get 0 points. Let's have a closer look. I'll start with the firefly. There's one on the card that I just placed. Let's look at the next card. Is there a firefly here? Nope. So that means 0 points for the firefly. Next, I'm going for the star. It's on the new card. Slide down to the branch on the next card. Yes, there is also a star here. So I'll be getting points for it. That's 2 points for stars so far. Moving down. There's no star here. So getting points for stars ends here. But there's a firefly though. Well, too bad, because there was no firefly here. That ruins getting points for any of the fireflies. Back to counting. Last we have flowers. There's one here. Sliding down. Yes, more flowers, so that's getting counted. It's 2 points so far. Going down to the next card, more flowers. So I get another 1 point. Next card, no flowers. Here ends points for flowers. So from top to bottom, 1, 2, 3 flowers is 3 points. Let me count up the total, looking at the stars and the flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points in total for just placing this one card. And here ends your turn. Going back to the start of this, when it's your turn, pick one of the cards that you can choose from, place that card somewhere on the end of a branch, making sure it doesn't touch more than one other card, and then count your points. If you're friendly enough, take one card from the deck to refill the table for the next player. Important detail for counting points. If I place a card here, and that would get me more than 10 points, I'm not allowed to place it here. You may not get more than 10 points for placing a card. You can't even place the card in a spot where it would give you those points. Keep it in mind. Now, instead of just doing this until the end of the game, this game has 3 rounds, and there's a reason for that. At the end of each round, you can get more points. That goes like this. At the start of the game, you get 4 goal cards. You can look at them, but keep them hidden from the other players. On these goal cards, it specifically says what you can do to get extra points at the end of a round. Since the card itself says what it does, I'm not going to explain that. The only thing I can say about it is read the card very carefully, because some of them can be worded a bit tricky. Anyway, you deal with one of these cards at the end of the round. So when you start the round, you could already choose one of these cards and try to work towards that goal. On the other hand, the branches that you can choose from to put on your tree might not have the things you want on them to get that goal. In that case, just switch to a different goal. Some goal cards are even better to save up for the last round. And yes, you get 4 goal cards even though there are only 3 rounds. You just don't use one of them. So, during the game, when it's your turn, pick one of the branch cards that you can choose from, put it on your tree, and get points for the little icons on them. And then after 4 turns for everybody, the round ends. You choose one of your goal cards to reveal and get those bonus points from that. Trunk card, branch card, end card. The last thing, and then we're done. If you look at the board, you see each round has a name. Spring, summer, and fall. And look here, these decks have the exact same names. So at the start of each round, flip over the card that goes with the round, and that card will speak for itself. Now, go create your tree in 3 rounds and go for points. And don't let those branches droop over the side of the table, because that's not allowed. I hope you have a sense of how to play this game, and I'm sure you'll like it. It's too friendly to dislike. Thank you for watching, and see you for the next one.